What am I thankful for?
Thanksgiving night, Bengals and Ravens.
The table is set, the lights are on, and nobody wants uninvited guests on Thanksgiving.
And you have to think about it. Who gives them a better chance to close the gap than Joe Burrow?
Like it or not, we're here, crashing the party. But this isn't anything new for us. Hostile? Fine. Physical? Always. Thursday night lights? Let's eat.
Burrow throws it into the end zone. Chase!
A division rivalry that's best served cold. A feast fit for a king, but a dinner party that's always open.
I mean, both safeties were looking at each other like, how the heck?
Anytime, anywhere.
Grab the turkey and gather around the table because the Bengals are bringing the dessert to Thanksgiving dinner as they have a primetime showdown in Baltimore and a sweet treat is in store. Welcome in to Bengals Weekly. I'm Marissa Contapelli. Joey B is officially back as Joe Burrow announced earlier this week he will make his return to the field and suit up as the Bengals look to squash the Ravens' Thanksgiving plans. Now, this is just the second time in team history that the Bengals are playing on Thanksgiving. So as we get you set for this Thursday night Thanksgiving matchup in Baltimore, we handed the mic over to Chase Brown, who was just as hyped as the rest of us when Mitch Tinsley hauled in his second touchdown of the season. Dax Hill brought a cause close to his heart with him on the field and will share his reason for honoring Sierra and the MIB Agents Osteosarcoma Alliance. Dan and Dave have been fixtures in the radio booth, and we relive some of their favorite calls from over the years. And on Countdown, I'll tell you the eye-popping numbers that Jamar Chase has put up against the Ravens. But first, Evan McPherson once again made history when he hit on a 63-yard field goal on Sunday, as he became the first Bengals kicker to enter the 60-yard field goal club, breaking his existing team record in the process.
There have been 3 attempts in franchise history of 60-plus. This will be a 63-yard try as Evan McPherson tries to join the club of NFL kickers who have made kicks from beyond 60 yards.
Well, there's barely any wind, about 5 miles an hour. The telltales at the top of the uprights not even fluttering.
Ryan Rico on the Bengals logo, waiting for the snap from Will Wagner. The snap is good. Here comes the kick. Lofted high into the air. End over end kick. It is.
Okay, well, Evan, so take us through your franchise record kick. I mean, what was going through your mind as you were getting lined up?
A lot of excitement in the moment, a lot of adrenaline, and I was basically just running through my head kind of the easiest way possible to get the ball to go through the uprights and just my normal routine as I go out into the field. But I would say for the most part, there's a lot of excitement running through my head.
When did you know that the ball was going to have the distance?
I feel like I hit it well. It felt good off the foot. So while I was traveling through the air, I knew it had a really good chance. So I just made sure to watch it. You know, I've celebrated a missed kick early that I thought was going to go in that did not at the last second. So I make sure to watch them all the way through now. But off the foot, I had a really good feeling about it.
This will be a 63-yard field goal try already today. McPherson has been good from 54, now from 63. And he's got the accuracy, and he got it!
Evan McPherson makes Bengals history.
63-yard field goal, and it was perfect.
And Money Mac hits a bomb.
And then the reaction with some of your teammates or Darren. I mean, tell us about maybe who had either the best reaction or if any of your teammates said anything to you that's kind of stuck with you.
I mean, best reactions, I feel like everybody kind of jumps on you at once, so I don't know if I can pick out one specific reaction. You know, I feel like, again, there's just a lot of excitement. It's a good, like, energy boost that the team kind of needed in the moment. Going into halftime just to get those points, it was huge because we got the ball coming out of the half. So double dipping is what we try to do all the time, score points at the end of the first half, then come out and score again, try to gain on the opponent. So that's really what we try to do, and to come through in that moment, it was really cool. And I feel like all the guys were juiced going into the locker room, which is always a good thing.
So that field goal was the first 60-yard field goal in Bengals history. But for you, where does that kick maybe rank amongst all the kicks in your career, both in the NFL and even college?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it's definitely got to land somewhere in the top 5. Definitely, just because as a kicker, you always dream of like those opportunities of kicking 60-plus yard field goals, whether it's to win the game or at the end of the half. Just whenever those come up, like, you just dream about making those, and it's really cool, and just such a cool feeling to be able to go out there and do that. And I'd say it definitely ranks top 5.
So I know you get a lot of the praise and celebration for the field goal being made, but two other important guys a part of that mix, in Ryan Rico and Will Wagner. You've talked about the importance of just that trust and communication with the two of those guys. Just what is it about the connection you have with Ryan and Will that is so special?
It's been a lot of fun this year. I feel like we've tried to not be so close on the field, but off the field as well, and just kind of going out there and having that blind trust in each other, knowing that us three, we're each going to do our job the way we're supposed to, so everybody's job is going to be a lot easier.
So you had another major milestone that you hit earlier this season when you hit your 100th career field goal. I mean, it happened week 6, and it was just so early in your NFL career. Just what does a milestone like that one mean to you, especially for it to come in, just this early on in your career?
I didn't even realize that I was creeping up on it at all until I saw the Bengals post it. But it's really cool just to, I've been in it long enough to rack up 100-plus field goals, and I hope that I'm in the league long enough to maybe hit like 500 or something crazy like that. So it does feel good to, create those new, achievements and stuff like that just to have under my belt. And it's cool to stay in the league long enough and have enough opportunity to get to 100.
Well, Evan, it was great to catch up with you. Thanks for spending the time, and congratulations on the franchise record.
Thank you.
Yep, let's go, come on. Right here, come on, there we go.
Coming up next, we head down to field level and listen in as Chase Brown was mic'd up against the Patriots. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Are you ready to run through a brick wall? Okay, good, because we had Chase Brown on the mic this week, and if his speeches don't get you fired up, then his blocks and big-time plays are sure to. So Chase, take it away.
Yo, straight, I got a mic. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Let's go now. Where you winning, straight? You go down. Hey, plays when your numbers call. Hey, it's pretty simple. Fast and violent, that's it. That's all it is. Fast and violent. Take care of the ball, take care of Joe, everything else, take care of yourself. Have a day. Hey, make a decision right now. You can be a bad bring that every play. We play fast, physical. They can't stop us. Let's go. RB's on 2-1-2. Yep. Let's go. Come on. Right here. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Let me see that for a second.
It's more of an attitude thing, right? You're going up against a defense that's number 1 against the runs.
That's the one going in. Yes, sir.
Brown the back. Brown outside. Good block by Orlando Brown. First down run.
10 yards on his first carry of the day.
Wait, let me stop up. Yeah. close. Keep going.
On second down, May throws, and it's intercepted by Geno Stone, running it back to the 20. Far sideline, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Geno Stone and the Bengals as Cincinnati gets a defensive score.
Come on, let's go. Good hit.
Brown's numbers from scrimmage have been terrific, over 104 straight games.
They give it to Chase Brown on an end-around type play. He runs for a first down out to the 46. On 3rd and 23, Flacco throws short, caught over the middle. Here's the lateral to Chase Brown.
He had a heck of a play, 17-yard catch, run, pitch.
The way the Bengals have been able to run the football. Chase Brown's got over 70 yards rushing already.
Keep on staying thick on those double teams, bro, because that's what I mean. It's giving us time. One of them gonna hit. Let's go, baby.
So the Bengals take over at their own 2. Chase Brown sprinting across the 10, and he crawls forward to the 15-yard line.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There you go.
The most yards they've given up to a running back all season is 58 yards. Chase Brown now has over 100.
Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. You got my. I can't feel my left arm. Oh, good. Keep it going. Yeah, no. As soon as I saw you step up, I'm like, here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He got up. He almost me up, too. Bro, he said he felt that, though, so it's all right.
1st and 10.
Flacco looking to throw. Fires for the end zone. And it is caught by Mitch Tinsley. A touchdown.
Dog! You dog! Let's go! Come on, man! Let's go! Come on! He's nice. That boy nice.
When we return, we sit down with Dax Hill, who brought the MIB Agents Osteosarcoma Alliance onto the field with him for My Cause, My Cleats. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Earlier this year, Dax Hill lost a close friend of his to a rare cancer, osteosarcoma. Last Sunday, Dax helped bring awareness to this rare disease and the MIB Agents Osteosarcoma Alliance during our My Cause, My Cleats game. Dax is remembering his friend Sierra by honoring her life, her fight, and her motto, be fierce and go forth.
I'm Dax Hill. I am supporting osteosarcoma MIB agents, and this is my cause. My wife, actually, her family friend was diagnosed with that a couple years ago. Unfortunately, she passed this year in February. She was a first grade teacher. She called her class Team Z. Her name is Sierra Zalstra, so Team Z, her last name started with the Z. She partnered up with MIB Agents, and that's the organization or the foundation that she worked with. The design is basically the MIB Agents background. So if you go on their website, and it's blue and yellow, and then there's sunflower. So I kind of epitomize that as hope and joy. I have like a sunflower on the toe box of my cleat, and then I have be fierce and go forth on the side. Sometimes it takes time to piece things together in terms of just the design. I didn't know where I wanted to go with it, and the colors, and like her quote. And so I think it was kind of just a unique thing whenever it all comes together. What she went through, and just being herself. I think that was just what I want to show, just her being herself on the cleat. I really wanted to represent her just because she was just the most happiest person. I mean, it was a no-brainer for me to just represent her in this way, and just really just paying respect to her family. I think it's just a big deal in terms of just meeting the people that's behind this cause. I'm sure a lot of hard work and research and money that goes into something like this, and curing a disease. Very special moment that I definitely want to just take advantage of and learn and kind of just share a story with them. It goes over your head. Whenever you do it every Sunday, you just think it's another pair of cleats, but this is my first cause. I think it's gonna just hit a little different because I actually spent time with this individual, seeing her name and what she stood for, be fierce and go forth. I think that will definitely hit me just because of how hard she fought. I will definitely just dedicate that time and that space just for her, just because it's all about her and her family.
It's that time of the year when we are reminded of the things that matter most: health, family, loved ones, and for the guys in the locker room, fighting each and every day for their teammates. So for this Thanksgiving holiday, we went around the locker room and posed the question, what are you most thankful for?
No, I'm most thankful for my family. Mom, dad, sister, love y'all.
I'm thankful for my family.
My family and my teammates.
People around me that love me. I'm thankful for my teammates, my coaches. It's a lot to be thankful for.
I am most thankful for my own family, my wife, my daughter, my son, and this team.
Thankful for my wife and my daughter and my family and the chance to play in the NFL.
I'm most thankful for my relationship with the Lord. I'm most thankful for my family, and I'm most thankful for my teammates. I have great teammates.
Thankful for the gift of life. It's been a great year, a beautiful year. Just thankful for the gift of life.
I am thankful for my friends in the locker room, my friends at home, my family, and I'm also thankful for good food, always. Happy Thanksgiving.
We continue our Thanksgiving theme next, as our trio of Dan, Dave, and Jeff tell us what they are most thankful for this Thanksgiving. Bengals Weekly continues after the break. As we enter the holiday season, there is a lot to be thankful for. For this week's Who Day Conversations, we asked our guys just that. What are you most thankful for with your role within the organization? For me, it's that I get to share our players' stories with you each and every week, that they and you trust me to show you who they are both on and off the field. Here is Dan, Dave, and Jeff with theirs.
It is Thanksgiving week, so it's appropriate in this Who Day conversation to share 3 things we're thankful for in our roles with the Cincinnati Bengals. Lap, you're up first.
Well, the thing I'm most thankful for is the thing I'm most thankful for just about every day of my life, and that's family and friends. And, on Thanksgiving, food, good food. Everybody gets to sit down and have a turkey dinner together and celebrate everything that's gone on for the family during the past year. And fortunately, we've got children, grandchildren, there's a lot going on in the Lapham family, a lot to be proud of. But my other family, my football family, means a lot to me. I've got friends that I've made playing the game of football and fortunate enough to play at the professional level with the Cincinnati Bengals. I made friends and relationships that will last a lifetime. I mean, it's unbelievable, the bond that you make with your teammates. Max Montoya, Anthony Munoz, those guys led us to many a victory. And really, the coaches that I've had have made the biggest impact of my life that I've ever had. Paul Brown, are you kidding me? I mean, the founding father of the National Football League. And he was unbelievable. Guys that I'll treasure and remember for the rest of my life.
That football family is big after 50 years with the Cincinnati Bengals. Butch, how about you?
Well, I'm thankful for a job that has let me be 8 years old my whole life. 8 years old, my dad took me into Haydn's Auditorium in Boston. Me and every other 8-year-old kid in all 6 New England states were there to get an autograph from the best baseball player on earth, Cal Yastrzemski. just coming off a Triple Crown season. And fast forward a few years later, I'm grateful to be covering the greatest football player on the planet, Jamar Chase, who just happens to be coming off a Triple Crown season. I'm thankful to have a dad who took me in Heinz Auditorium. He put a newspaper in front of me every day that inspired me to do what I'm doing. Last time I worked, Horty was senior year, summer of senior year, going into senior year at Syracuse, and mowed the lawn at Shoppers World on Route 30.
How were you as a mower?
Not well. But I thank, like I said, thank Roy Hobson every day for taking me to Heinz Auditorium, and I'm doing what I wanted to do all those years ago.
All right, I'm thankful for something similar to what Jeff just said as the Bengals radio announcer. It is a privilege to watch the best players in the world do their thing, and we've had that chance over the last 15 years since Lapp and I have been broadcasting the games together. A.J. Green, Andy Dalton, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trey Hendrickson, Joe Flacco recently has been putting on incredible shows. These guys are among the very best in the world at what they do. It is truly a privilege to have the opportunity to watch them each and every week in person. 3 things we're thankful for in this Who Day conversation.
When we return, we welcome in Bengals legend Cris Collinsworth to the show as he talks all about this Bengals-Ravens primetime matchup. Game preview is next. As the Bengals get set to take on one of their AFC North rivals, we knew we had to talk to a guy who has been entrenched in the heart of this rivalry and has been in the booth for countless classics between the Bengals and Ravens. Bengals legend Cris Collinsworth now joins Dan Hoard to give us his preview.
Cris, you will not be in Baltimore on Thursday night, but Joe Burrow will be 74 days after suffering his toe injury. Assuming that he returns to action, what impact do you expect it to have on the entire team?
Well, I think it's already had an impact, right? I mean, they were saying how defensively they were better last week because Joe Burrow was at practice, and they showed. It looked like it when they were out there on the field. But just the fact that he wants to come back and play, I think says something about him, the team, and it definitely does give them a little uplift. And could they beat Baltimore twice? Yes. And they've already split with Pittsburgh. So conceivably, they could end up with the best record in the division. And, stranger things have happened in this league. We know that. Stranger things have happened.
So Jamar Chase does return this week and also returns to Baltimore, where he had 264 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns in a Thursday night game last year. You've seen all the greats going back to your playing days. What separates Jamar Chase from just about everybody else?
I do think he's a great one. I think he has a chance to be most certainly a Hall of Famer, but maybe even a notch above that. He's so strong. I mean, that to me is what sticks out. It's like we all caught balls in open space, and then, somebody wraps their arm around us and slows us down a little bit, and somebody else makes a tackle. Well, you can wrap your arms around this guy and it's not going to slow him down. I mean, he is a running back in every sense of the form from the waist down, and he's so fast. He's just a blur. So you got to protect the quick screen to him because he can break that for 70, which I think he did. Was that Baltimore he did that against last year? Is one of the best plays I've ever seen. And then a couple of years ago, he did one in Baltimore just like that. I'm sure Baltimore was wishing that he had been suspended this one, not the other one. I think he's the best receiver there's ever been in Cincinnati. And I'm telling you, that takes a lot for me to say that. And not because of me, but because of some of the other guys that I've played with and I've seen play there. So I'm excited to see him back on the field, and I'm sure he's going to be fired up and ready to play.
So they take on the Ravens on Thursday night. Baltimore started 1-5. They haven't lost since. Are the Ravens all the way back?
It just depends on Lamar and how healthy he's been. They really haven't they started slowly on the defensive side. They're getting better. They're probably a little bit like the Bengals, but they've lost some key people over there on the defensive side too. So it's not an unbeatable Ravens team. I mean, let's just put it that way. This is a team, and we've seen the Bengals now slug it out. So do I think they can go into Baltimore and get a win here? I do. I do understand why Joe Burrow wants to play, because if they did win here, now they would be, right, a game back, I think, of the Ravens at that point, something like that. I'm going to do some funny math here, but it then gives you a reason to play Joe Burrow the next week. And that's the way I would look at this. I would just think of this like, we got a chance. Let's play him. Let's play him. He's going to be fresh. He didn't play, he's not playing on 4 days rest like everybody else is. Let's give it a shot and make a decision.
Cris, I know how busy you are. Thanks so much for your time. I always appreciate it. And enjoy Thanksgiving with the family.
Thanks, Dan. Good talking to you, buddy.
Well, the big news of the week has been Joe Burrow announcing he will be back in action Thursday night. 9 returning to the field hasn't just brought a jolt of excitement to the fans, the city, and even the football world, but it's also lit a fire in the Bengals locker room.
Hello?
Joe, just to be clear, you're planning on starting on Thursday, correct? That's
correct.
The intention. Okay. I mean, he's a great player, obviously, and so it's exciting to have him back. I think our energy's been really good. You see the way the team fought there till the very end, trying to get stops in all 3 phases and score points on offense. And so these guys fought tooth and nail, played with really good energy. But obviously, when you got one of the greatest players in the world coming back, that's another boost on top of that.
I mean, I think everyone's going to get used to it when we see 9 back on the field.
Joe's extremely important to this team, the city, to everybody. So, I mean, seeing him come back, I mean, it'll be crazy. Everybody's, like, making it seem like it's going to be, like, this big, like, Dark Knight Rises return or something like that. But could be. But I'm excited for him to get football back.
I got a lot of respect for the people on the opposite side of the ball, but it's a division rivalry. You got respect for them, but it's intense out there. It's something I wanted to be out there for. Playing on Thanksgiving is something I've always wanted to do.
They've got great veteran leadership over there, so you see a high level of communication with those guys.
There's no limit in Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson for a reason, but you can't lose confidence. I mean, he's dangerous when he gets outside of the pocket and things like that, so he can make a lot of things happen with his feet.
It's going to take complete cohesion as a unit, really just that communication, that level of communication and knowing where we're all at to get him down.
You got to stop the run for sure. I'll say that because, they got a guy back there that's one of the greats of all time, so you got to be able to defend the run and then take the ball away from them. That's kind of how you beat them. The winner of the game is going to be takeaways. Whoever takes the ball away, that's who's going to win.
It's going to be a good matchup, obviously, but again, we got to find a way to come out on top. It's a great opportunity to showcase our skills. They're a really good team. It's a really good quarterback, a really good O-line. Whatever we can do, find a way to win.
Up next, it's Contepelli's Countdown, where I'll tell you how turned up DJ Turner has been in the secondary. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. The leg of Evan McPherson has been called upon many times throughout his first 5 seasons in stripes. We've seen Money Mac break records and hit game winners, all while keeping his demeanor cool, calm, and collected in those high-pressure situations. And McPherson was back at it last week as Evan shot his name back to the top of the Bengals record books. Money Mac now owns 6 of the 8 longest field goals in Bengals history, as McPherson's 63-yard field goal broke his existing team record of 59 yards, as he became the first kicker to ever connect from 60 or beyond in a Cincinnati uniform. Evan also is just the 4th kicker in NFL history with field goals of at least 50 and 60 yards in the same game. His 27 career field goals of 50 or more yards are the most in Bengals history and tied for 6th most in the NFL since 2021. Now DJ just continues to turn it up in the secondary. Turner's 13 forced incompletions is most in the NFL, as he is allowing a catch just once every 21 coverage snaps. That's tops in the league. And when targeted, QBs are averaging a passer rating of under 77 against the corner. DJ's 11 pass breakups is tied for the most in the league, as his 79.8 PFF coverage grade on the season is 2nd highest among all qualifying corners. And as for one of the rooks in the middle, Barrett Carter is coming off a career and team-high 16-tackle game against the Pats. The 16 tackles he logged are the second most ever by a Bengals rookie in a single game. Carter has recorded double-digit tackles now in 4 of his last 6 games, and his 4 outings with 10 or more tackles leads all rookies across the league. Well, Jamar Chase could feast on Thanksgiving. In 8 career games against Baltimore, Chase is averaging over 120 yards per game. It's the most by a player against a single opponent in league history. Uno recorded 457 yards on the Ravens last season. That's the most in NFL history in a single season against a single opponent. And something to keep an eye out for on Thursday, Chase needs just 54 yards to pass CeeDee Lamb for 5th most all-time in a player's first 5 seasons in the league. And it's the return of Joe Vember. Joe Burrow's 71 career completion percentage, 296 passing yards per game, and 105 passer rating after Week 12 is the best in league history since 1970. And as he gets set to take on the Ravens, let's turn it back to 2021. Week 16 against Baltimore, Burrow threw for a Bengals record 525 yards and 4 touchdowns. That historic outing came after he already threw for over 400 yards on them in Week 7 that season, bringing his 2-game total to 941 yards, the most ever against one opponent in a single season in NFL history. Shiesty is also the only quarterback to pass for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns more than once against the Ravens. Jamar Chase has been torching the Ravens since he entered the league in 2021. And Week 10 of last season, well, he put on a show at M&T Bank Stadium. Uno went off for 264 yards and a hat trick, as his connection with Joe Burrow was on full display that November night. We now head into the vault to relive Chase's incredible performance against Baltimore.
Now the crowd will try to make a difference on 3rd down and 8. The Bengals at their own 45. Burrow back to throw from the pocket, begins scrambling up the middle of the field. He pump fakes, he throws, it is caught. Jamar Chase in Ravens territory. Burrow will look to throw, moving to his right. Now he throws over the middle and it's caught on the run. Chase at the 45, angling toward the far sideline at 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Jamar Chase does it again. He's dancing in the back of the end zone, turning a short pass over the middle into a 67-yard highlight. Now Joe throws, caught over the middle by Chase. Burrow feathers it forward, caught by Jamar Chase. Burrow back to throw, guns it deep downfield. Chase is open, catches at the 30, middle of the field, 10, 5, touchdown, 70 yards. As Jamar Chase is putting on one of the great shows in Bengals history. He catches the snap, drops back, here comes the rush, he throws before getting hit. Chase with the catch, he's at the 30, 25, and runs out of bounds from the 5-yard line. Burrow catches the shotgun snap, he throws it into the end zone. Chase makes the catch on the back line for the touchdown.
I'll tell you what, these two, you talk about having a feel for each other and knowing exactly what the other one's thinking.
Jamar Chase is now the first player in NFL history with multiple games of 200-plus receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in his career. Nobody had ever done that before.
When we return, we relive some of Dan and Dave's most memorable calls from over the last 16 seasons in the booth. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Dan Hoard and Dave Lapham have been a staple in the Bengals broadcast booth since 2011. And as Lap celebrates his 50th season, we knew we had to sit the pair down as they reminisced on their time together. And we took it back to their 2nd season and that Week 16 meeting in Pittsburgh.
The thing I remember about that game is it's the most physical game I've ever seen in my life. We've been doing this for 15 years together. That game stands out for the violence on the field. 2 really good teams. the winner was going to go to the playoffs, the loser was going to be left out. Cincinnati won in Pittsburgh to clinch the playoff berth. And the thing that stands out after the game is that we all got to hear you sing, serenading Geno Atkins in the locker room after he punished Big Ben during the course of that game. Ball dropped straight back under pressure. Atkins has him again. Geno Atkins putting on an absolute show. Can we get a replay of you singing to Geno Atkins? Geno Atkins, Geno Atkins.
Geno Atkins.
So I've been posting clips of some of our radio calls on the internet almost the entire time that we've been doing the games together. That play is the one that's been listened to the most. 4th and 1. Rodgers has it, gives to Franklin. He dives. I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it. The ball is out. The Bengals have scooped it up. Terrence Newman running back.
Bengals touchdown, Terrence Newman.
People love balls out, balls out, balls out. And I honestly think that when there's a fumble in a game now, I think I use that expression more often than not because that's now what I hear in my head. I hear your reaction to that moment. I'm glad you saw it. Obviously, I was locked in on whether the Bengals got the stop on 4th and 1. I didn't see the ball come out initially with that great defensive play at the end of the game. It was one of the wackier games that we've seen.
I mean, wickedly wacky. I mean, to give up 30 consecutive points and have a defensive touchdown, win the football game. Somebody throws a great block or somebody makes a great move, to break free. Man, those defensive scores are rare, but they're fun.
No doubt. From the 13-yard line, 12 seconds to go. Dalton back to throw.
Boom!
Pass!
Boom!
Caught by A.J. Green! Touchdown! Bengals!
Big!
It's the latest game-winning touchdown that we've called together. I think when they checked out the clock, they put 6 seconds back on the clock. So to see a game-winning touchdown pass with less than 10 seconds to go was great. Atlanta is A.J. Green's adopted hometown, so for him to be in Atlanta and make a play like that in the final 10 seconds to win a game was really cool.
Yeah, it really is. Plays like that and memories that those plays create are why you play. It's almost like you freeze frame. You remember exactly where you were, when you were there, why you were there, everything that goes along with it. It's when you do it on the road and you travel home, I mean, it's like you don't need a plane. It's like you can fly by yourself. You're up there flapping your own wings, man.
And that is Coffin Nails.
Bam! Bam! Bam!
There was early in our broadcast partnership, but at the end of a game, I don't remember the game, when the Bengals made the play that clinched victory, I just said as an expression, it wasn't preconceived or anything like that. I just said coffin nails because the game was over. And you immediately said, bam, bam, bam. To this day, I don't know really why. It just came to you in the moment, I assume.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know why either. I don't know. I guess it's kind of morbid, It's like coffin nails. Well, I do remember seeing movies that are and people banging those coffin nails in is something that almost every Bengals fan, I see them out in the street or wherever. Hey, coffin nails, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
I'll say coffin nails. You say bam, bam, bam. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
4 years ago, he was a senior in high school in tiny Fort Payne, Alabama. Now the Bengals Super Bowl chances rest on his right foot. The kick is up. It is good. Coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam. That is unbelievable. The Cincinnati Bengals come from behind on the road.
It's history, man. Have a game-winning kick like that to get you there. That's big time. That's a lot of fun.
So you summed it up perfectly after the kick goes through the uprights. Unbelievable. That's what was going through my mind. Until that ball goes through the uprights, I'm not sure that in my mind I had really grasped you're going to be calling a Super Bowl in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the epitome for a broadcaster, I mean, if you're going to broadcast NFL games, you want to call the big one.
Dave Lapham has rejoined us here in the broadcast booth wearing his stylish Ring of Honor blazer. That thing looks great on you.
It was a surreal experience getting the jacket put on with Lamar Parrish and all the other Bengal Ring of Honor members. Ben, it's like a dream. You just don't want to wake up.
It's everything I hoped it would be for my grandchildren, my kids and my grandkids, and my wife Lynn as well.
I was so thrilled when the vote came out. It's so well deserved, not only for your great playing career as the most versatile offensive lineman this franchise has ever had, but for being the greatest ambassador to the fan base that the Cincinnati Bengals have ever had.
The way I feel about it and working with Dan, it's I don't look at it as a job. I look at it as a hobby. It's fun. It keeps you young, keeps me young anyway.
The Bengals are very fortunate they've had you as part of this family for 50 years. I'm very proud every time I look up at that ring and see Lapham 62. Puts a smile on my face.
Appreciate you, man.
When we return, it's time for Social Spotlight. And we'll tell you which legendary NFL receiver was loving Mitch Tinsley's touchdown grab on Sunday. Stay with us. More Bengals Weekly is after the break. This fall, the Bengals have teamed up with Ohio Cat to bring the jungle to you. Every Friday during the football season, we will be out at a different high school football game, cheering on our local teams. Students and fans have the opportunity to take pictures with Houday, show off their best school spirit, and win great prizes. Rule your school and be on the lookout for Friday night stripes, because the Bengals and Ohio Cat could be coming to your game next. It's now time for our weekly Social Spotlight segment, and I have been waiting weeks to say this, but fans, he's back. Joe Burrow said he feels good and is ready to go. And this has to be one of my all-time favorite photos and moments of Joey B posting to his Instagram story, he's back. And of course, that infamous LeBron mirror selfie jersey. You have to love that he brought this back out for his return. Cannot wait to see 9 take the field in Baltimore just 11 weeks after the toe injury he suffered in week 2. Now, Chad Johnson giving some love to Mitch Tinsley after he hauled in a 17-yard touchdown. Chad pointing out just how technically sound the receiver is. He loves it, and you know what? So do we. We also have to give some love to the defense, and this was Geno Stone's reaction after he intercepted Drake May in the second quarter on Sunday for his second career pick 6. Geno posting on his story, you have to appreciate the SpongeBob meme geeking out smile, feels pretty appropriate, and I have to imagine this is maybe what Geno looked like with a big grin on his face as he celebrated with his teammates. And we wrap up this with streamer iShowSpeed, who was last week's ruler of the jungle, and Speed had to make sure he connected with Joey B before he led Paycor Stadium in the Houday chant with a little dap up there before kickoff. Now make sure you are following along with us on our social media channels. All you have to do is search @Bengals and give us a follow. The Bengals and Ravens kick off Thursday at 8:20 p.m. Eastern. And you can catch all the action on your local NBC station. You can also check out one of the streaming options, including the Madden Cast on Peacock, NFL Plus on mobile, and NFL Game Pass internationally. And as always, you can listen in to Dan Hoard and Dave Lapham on the Bengals Radio Network. Thanks for tuning in to Bengals Weekly. Thursday night football between the Bengals and the Ravens is coming up. For Dan Hoard, Dave Lapham, Jeff Hobson, and our entire crew, I'm Marissa Contepelli. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week. Bengals Weekly was brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.